Hey guys, how are we doing? So today we're looking at associative property. Now, associative property is basically just a way for us to break up our sums and tells us that it doesn't really matter what order we solve our problems in. So if we were looking at one, say, 8 times 5. Now, I know that I'm not very good at my 8 times tables, so this would take me a while to work out. So I know that 8 times 2 is 16, double that is 32, which brings us, and if we add 8 to 32, that comes to 40. Now, that took me a little while to work out, but if I change it around and I go to 5 times 8, I know my 5 times tables pretty well. 5 times 5 is 25, 6 is 30, 7 is 35, and 8 is 40. Now, see what happens? Doesn't matter what order I do it in, I get the exact same answer solving that problem. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to look at a little example where it gets a little bit trickier to solve our problem because it gets some bigger numbers and it just gets more and more confusing. So how does it help us when we actually come to doing it in our books or in real life? Good question. So what we need to do, looking at our picture over here, we've got our first step is we need to count. We're trying to figure out how many cubes are in this pile. Obviously we can't see what's on the other side, so we need to figure it out. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 1, 2, 3 times 3. Now, if we just solve that, that would tell us how many cubes there are on this side. So we need to figure out how many there are all the way back. So there's 4 there. So it gets a little bit trickier when it comes to this. So we can do it any way we want. We could do it by doing 3 times 4 times 5, or 5 times 3. Oh, that's already done. Let's go 4. 4 times 3. Or we could start with 4. Doesn't matter at all because we'll still get the same answer. So if we started up here, we could do 5 times 3, that equals 15, times 4. Now that's where it gets a bit trickier. So we might do some side math over here and solve it using our partial product. So we might go 10 times 4 equals 40, and 5 times 4 equals 20. Add them together, 60. So we could do, 15 times 4 equals 60. So we know that there's 60 cubes there. So even if we did it this way, we would go 3 times 4 is 12. 12 times 5, we could break it up. We could change it to 10 times 5 plus 2 times 5, which would still get the same answer. So if we did 12 times 5, 10 times 5 equals 50, and 2 times 5 equals 10. Added together, we still get 60. So it doesn't matter what way we do it, we still get the same answer, because even if we did it down here, 5 times 4 is 20, times 3, 2 times 3 is 6, add a 0, gets a lot easier depending on how you want to order it. Doesn't matter what order, as long as you use all the numbers and solve it in that same sort of fashion. So we could use this sort of sum with any numbers, it doesn't matter. So if we did, let's go 6 times 4 times 2. Now, before you even get thinking, you need to think to yourself, is this the best possible order it could be? So finishing it with a times 2, pretty good way to end, because all you do is you double whatever answer you get. So we might do 6 times 4, 6 2s are 12, times 4 is 24. 24 times 2 equals 48. Pretty simple stuff. It's all about splitting it up to change the order so that it makes it a lot easier for you to work out. So good luck with that. If you have any questions, come see me before we get started on our work. Cheers, guys.